let's get cooking. The reason I've chosen today's recipe is because it's a lovely sunny weekend and I've just invited some friends over. They will be here in a couple of hours. So I want something that we can share, kind of just one pot meal. And I thought I will do a really lovely, easy version of chicken biryani. It's got no fried onions, it's got no layering, but it should taste amazing. I haven't tried it before, but I am confident that it should work. It's kind of based on kachi biryani, which is kachi means in Hindi means raw, and the reason is because in that the chicken is not cooked, and so the biryani is layered with raw chicken. But I'm going to kind of semi-cook it. Yeah, I'm going to put it together and I better not waste any time and start cooking. Also, I have got a couple of vegetarians in the house, so I can't forget them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one pot chicken biryani and I'm going to do exactly the same thing but make a veg version as well, so both of us can enjoy our own preferences. Just going to roughly chop 3 of these onions. So I'm going to make the chicken one in the bigger pan and the vegetarian one in this smaller pan. So I've got them nice and hot, and I'm just going to add good glug of sunflower or rapeseed oil or any other oil you wish to use. No olive oil. Right, come close. I'll show you how much I'm putting in. So I have got here. So I'm making this for 8 people, so I've got around 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil in here, and I'm just going to heat this up. So in goes a cinnamon stick, a couple of bay leaves, 3 to 4 cardamom pods, 2-3 pieces of star anise, and some cloves. Just let it sizzle for a few seconds. Next goes in 4 onions roughly chopped, and I'm just going to cook this for a good 12-15 minutes until they are nice and golden. So the onions are looking lovely. They are cooking slowly and nicely. Here I have got the exact same thing but just half the quantity, because this is for 4 people and that is for 8 people. So this is the vegetarian option, and while that is cooking, I'm just going to boil some rice in here so that it's ready in time for the biryani. So the water is boiling and I'm just going to add good 2 teaspoons of salt to this. Just get the water nice and salty, and then I'm going to add in the washed rice. And I'm just going to cook this till it's half cooked, not all the way through, just half done. So next I have got some garlic cloves. You could use 4 to 6, and a good piece of ginger, and I'm going to grate all of this. And this is looking half done. They are fluffing up nicely, but they're not fully cooked, and I've turned the heat off and I'm just going to drain the rice. So the onions are looking lovely, beautifully golden, and I'm just going to throw in the ginger and garlic and just cook for another few seconds. I'm just going to chop up 2 green chilies and 4 tomatoes finely chopped, and then goes in the chilies and the tomatoes, and then I'm just going to cook this for another 10 minutes. So I have got here the chicken biryani going on, and the veg biryani is here, and I've got the rice kind of semi-cooked ready for it. I just wanted to say, so when am I going to add all the spices? If you have kind of a biryani mix or something, that is a good time to add it with all the other spices. If you haven't, which I don't, quite a few times I don't have any spice mixes, I just use my homemade garam masala mix, which is brilliant with this. And now it's time to add the spices. So here are all the kind of basic spices I use, and some of the kind of homemade blends and other spices are here. So I'm going to add some to the biryani now. So in goes 2 teaspoons of salt, because we've got a lot of chicken. A good teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a good heaped teaspoon of turmeric powder, and also 2 to 3 teaspoons of garam masala. Then I just mix this. This is looking so lovely, smells amazing. I am going to turn the heat off, and once I've turned the heat off, I'm going to add some yogurt to this so that it doesn't split. That's why I've turned the heat off. So I'm adding 6 tablespoons of natural yogurt. Once I have kind of mixed it up well, then I'm going to turn the heat back on. So today I am using a whole chicken, not just thighs or leg pieces. So I've got everything, and I used a really big, large chicken. I just asked the butcher to cut it into smaller pieces. They're still quite large, but they should easily feed 8 people and have some leftovers as well. So this now goes into the yogurt onion mix, and I'm just going to turn the heat back on. So the hob is back on, and I'm just going to add the chicken. You can use boneless chicken, but the cooking time will obviously reduce quite drastically. So that goes in here. I'm just going to give it a good mix. Now, because the pieces are so big, they're really large chicken pieces, I am actually going to half cook this first. So I'm going to cover this and cook on low heat for half an hour, and the rest half an hour I'll cook with the rice. It's looking pretty good. There's no need to add water. So for the vegetarian version, I've got 3 potatoes, 1 carrot, and I'm also going to add some frozen peas. So this is the vegetarian version, and I've got everything the same as the chicken so far. I've added the yogurt, and I'm going to add the veg. So in goes the carrots and potatoes. I'm going to add the peas with the rice later on. Just a good mix. And actually in this version I am going to add around 50 to 100 ml of water. Nice hot water. I'm going to cover and cook this for 20 minutes. So it's been 20 minutes. Wow, this is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. The potatoes are done, the carrots are done. I'm just going to turn the gas off for 2 minutes while I get the rice ready. Just going to add a cup of frozen peas to this. So I've mixed the peas in. There isn't much liquid, which is brilliant. And I'm just going to spread the cooked rice on top. And because the potatoes are already cooked, the rice is already cooked, I didn't semi-cook this rice, I fully cooked this rice, and this is exactly half the quantity of the chicken. So this is 300 grams of rice. I'm going to spread this and then cover and just simmer for 10 minutes. And just going to finish with a few drops of kevra water. And here is our chicken. See, that's the reason for not adding any extra water, because the chicken releases some moisture as well, and it is looking absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, and it's time to add the rice. So now goes in the rice, which I'm literally just going to put all of this on top of the chicken, and I'm using 600 grams of rice for 8 people. So this is easily a recipe that you can half it and cook as much as you need. Just going to press this down. And turn the heat off to the absolute lowest heat on the hob. Tons of coriander, some mint, lovely fresh herbs. Just a few drops of rose water or kevra water, whatever you have at home. Now all that's left to do is cover and let it cook on the lowest heat for another half an hour. So the veg biryani is ready. Obviously the chicken has just got the last few minutes left, so I thought, oh, let me just check this one. Smells amazing. Now, oh, look at that. Just gonna get some of this out on a plate. And that's the vegetarian biryani. You can add other vegetables of your choice. So you can add some cauliflower, you could add some beans, but this is like a simple, lovely combination. And now why am I starting to eat? Actually, this is not funny. I want the chicken one. So I'm going to wait for a few more minutes and then open that one up. And half an hour later, the chicken should be fully cooked, and this biryani looks and smells amazing. And though we are only 4 people who are going to eat this, I have made it for 8 servings so that I have got plenty of leftovers for next day, as chicken biryani is one of my absolute favorite things to eat. And just before serving, I'm going to fluff up and kind of slightly, very gently mix the whole thing up very carefully without breaking up the chicken and squashing all the rice. But this way, everyone will get the kind of equal flavors and the rice will taste delicious in every mouthful. So here it is, my very easy, quick, simple, yet absolutely stunning chicken biryani, which I hope you guys will enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you here very soon with another new recipe. Bye for now.